just say something.
Hi guys.
My name is Phresh. Okay, I know I need a bit more.
I'm going to have to scream. Hi guys.
Yes, sir.
No, I need to get a mic here.
I'm telling you, this was supposed to be very podcast style, but here we are. We make do with what we have. So.
The whole time in the middle, I was just screaming, please speak louder.
Okay. Hi, welcome back to Kubaza Market. Hashtag Ask a Creative. Today I have the beautiful, the amazing, Precious. And yeah, we're just gonna get, you know how we do here, we're gonna get into finding out about her career as a model. Precious is a model, yes, if you don't know. Runway model, editorial model, all the models there is. She's a brand ambassador and content creator. We're gonna get into all of that good stuff. Yeah.
I need to carry you everywhere I go because I feel like that's such a great introduction. I don't even need to speak. I just need someone to speak on my behalf and you've done a good job.
Amazing. Yeah. Okay. Great. So thank you so much for coming. First of all.
Thank you for having me. I'm happy to be here.
Yeah. Amazing. You look gorgeous.
Thank
you. There's this showing that she's a model.
Thank you.
Right. Okay. So just tell us a little bit about yourself, Precious. Who is Precious?
I think Precious is a fun-loving person. I am outgoing. I'm bubbly. I love to eat, in as much as it looks like I don't. People expect models to not eat, but I eat a lot actually. Okay. I think God just knew, like, okay, this girl, let me just give her like a high metabolism.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I find that's the case with most slimmer people.
Yeah.
They tend to eat more because they can digest it faster. I don't know. Like,
I don't know, but it's like small body comes with a big appetite, yeah?
That's it?
I think so, because I don't know where the appetite comes from. When people see me, like when I go out, they expect me to get like a salad. And I'm like, no.
Give me a steak.
No. Salad is a starter. Or if it's going to be part of the meal, but don't expect me to just eat the salad.
3 starters later, I'll have my steak now.
That's it, because I want some samosas, I want some salads, just give me everything.
Nice.
Yeah.
We love a girl that eats.
Yes, please.
But who is, pardon my Phresh, I find your handle is so interesting. Who is that? Is that like your brand? And how did that come up?
Okay, so I have to correct you actually because most people mispronounce it.
Oh.
They actually forget that there's an H there.
Phresh.
So now it makes sense, eh?
Okay,
Because you pretty much told me I'm fresh when I walked in. So it's like pardon my Phresh.
Okay.
So Phresh is my nickname. In as much as my name is Precious, so I understand how people automatically think it's Phresh.
Okay.
Yes. But when you actually look at the H and you really just think about it, pardon my Phresh. So yeah, like Phresh is just my nickname and it's just something that's been with me since high school. So I like to use it everywhere because I think it's something that's unique, especially with the spelling. I don't spell it with like F-R, it's P-H-R-E-S-H.
So no, it's a very nice play going on.
Okay,
so pardon my Phresh, very Miss Phresh, the
Mm-hmm.
model. Let's get into that. When did you start modeling? How did you even find yourself? Is it like, oh, I'm a small girl, so let me model? How did you get into all that?
I like to joke and say I feel like I came out of my mom's womb catwalking or something because it's been with me for like, I know, but like that's how I feel because I can't remember a time when I wasn't obsessed with modeling. Like from the time I was very young, I can't even pinpoint exactly when I started because even when we were young and doing the, like you're playing with your friends in people's backyards or wherever and you're just playing modeling mini competitions and everything like that. So I feel like it's always been with me.
I feel like we all played those to my contest, but
really,
I think I have a sister who partook in those, grew up tomboy, but for some reason she was in the pageants as well.
Really?
Yeah. So okay.
So nice. I think maybe that's where you're able to pinpoint like a passion. Some people just did it for fun back then because we were young and whatnot. But maybe that's when some of us fell in love with it and we, progressed from there.
And you decided this is my passion.
Exactly.
But I mean, in Zambia, how did you end up and say, yeah, this is my career. This is how I want to do this. This is how I want to spend my life.
Because I wasn't happy when I wasn't pursuing it.
Okay.
I think that's what I said. I was like, okay, fine. In Zambia, modeling is not so big that you can actually just have that one thing, like paying all your bills and everything. But I just told myself it has to be part of what I'm doing. And if so far models don't make money, I have to create a platform on which I can begin to make money and other models can begin to make money. So that's when my modeling agency came in actually.
Yes.
I want to be able to groom models and pass on the knowledge that I've acquired over the years. And hopefully in the long run, we can actually get big contracts that are going to make a difference in all the models' lives.
Let's press back. One, modeling agency. She's mentioned that she has a modeling agency, guys. You should check her out. When did you start your? How long have you been running your agency?
It's just been 2 years now,
Okay.
and everything pretty much came to a standstill because I launched it in December of 2019. Was that 2019 or 2020? But then thereafter COVID hit.
Yeah,
You get what I
that's
mean?
okay.
And modeling, a lot of times you find that
It's
we deal with
events.
exactly, it's events. So we kind of had to take a mini break, and this year is only when I'm going to start picking up again and trying to make things happen.
Nice.
Yeah.
So you started the modeling agency and you decided this is no. In fact, let's backtrack. You've thrown me. I don't want the modeling.
Let me
agency.
catch you.
Let's come back. Okay, so you have you decide this is my passion. This is what I want to do. This. How do you go about it? Who do I call? If I decided to wake up today, did you go to an agency where you signed?
It's just God, I'm telling you. All these
Praise
girls
Jesus.
praise Jesus always, because I can't even tell you like, okay, this person just made everything happen for me. No. Majority of the things I had to push for myself. To this day, I still don't know how I got to where I am today.
Yeah.
I'm just like, okay, if you don't believe in God, me I do, because
It's
some of
hard.
the doors that have opened for me, like I don't know who opened them. There has
Yeah.
to be a greater, like there has to be a higher source up there somewhere, just
Taking
opening
you,
doors and
good
doing what's
father
supposed to be.
out
Yeah,
there.
yeah, yeah.
Nice.
Because sometimes you find that you're just there posting on your social media, trying to just be the best version of yourself that you can be, and from there some people notice you, and you end up having opportunities presented to you that way. You get what I mean? And
So,
that
like,
doesn't happen every day.
When was this? When was your first gig?
My first gig was, let's see, what's the first thing I did? I remember at first, there's Enoch Kabindele Jr. He had a casting call. He had a casting call for models. It's just that thing where, he wanted to update his portfolio to make sure, you have the newest faces in the modeling industry, and if clients ever, that's usually how, it happens. Even for my agency, I do the same thing, where you just need a database of models, and then when a client approaches you, you can present that database, and they're able to select which models they want. So that's the very first moment I remember when I finally decided, like, okay, I know. At that time, my parents were not supportive of modeling.
Yeah, we'll get into that.
We'll get into that later.
That.
So I was just like, guys, should I continue? Because I was so unhappy with not following modeling. So I was like, okay,
What were you doing?
I was in school.
Okay.
I was young. What was I doing? I think I was at NIPA at the time. But I wanted to model from the time I was young. That's the thing. So I was like, okay, I know my parents won't approve, but like, if I don't do this, I don't want to be that 80-year-old woman who's looking back and regretting.
When I was young.
Yes, or like my children now are born and maybe they look like me, and I'm trying to force them to do modeling so I can live vicariously through them. I was like, I'm not going to do that. And I was like, if I'm not, no one will have to live with those regrets except for me. And I don't think I'm okay with it, because even now I'm not okay. So that was the first thing that made me get up and say, let me attend this man's casting call.
Nice.
So nothing really came from it, but it's just the moment I remember that I decided, like, I have to start pursuing my modeling career. I have to take it seriously. That was like the first moment for me.
Okay. So you went to Mr. Kavindele?
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Kavindele, and that didn't pan out into anything, but in your
Yeah,
mind
yeah.
you had made up.
No, in my mind I had made up my mind.
This is
like,
career path.
this is what I want to do.
So fast forward, how many years has it been? Now you are brand ambassador for Pepsi, Darling. How does somebody find themselves there in the modeling industry?
I think it's just hard work and commitment, like I said, because at the end of the day, sometimes opportunities, when you're taking yourself seriously and your job seriously, sometimes opportunities will present themselves.
Okay.
And it's something I always advise models, actually, even with social media, it's such a great tool that we can use to market ourselves. So for me, I just took it seriously. Everything that I did, whether it was like a small fashion show or whatever it was, I'll take it seriously. But then I also made sure I'll post about it on social media and just show that this is something that I'm doing, it's something I'm interested in. Yes.
Okay.
Because if you don't show yourself, how are people going to know you?
Yeah.
How are they going to come across the services that you have to offer?
So hard work in a model's life looks like posting on socials, going for the casting calls.
Yes.
So having your ear on the ground, always finding
Always.
out where.
And networking.
models.
Networking is not
Okay.
just for models, for everyone.
Yeah.
Because through networking is where you're going to meet, let's say, marketing agents for different companies. And if
Okay.
they see something in you, they can say, oh, you know what? You would actually be good for a certain ad that we're working on. So networking is also very, very important.
Okay.
Yeah.
So fast forward to now, you are a full-time model. You have a model agency,
Yeah.
brand ambassador. I know you said hard work in a model's life is like posting on socials. So would you say that it goes hand in hand? Would you have to be a content creator if you want to be a model, if you want to make it as a model?
If you are not a content creator, you need to hire someone who is a content creator, because part of being a successful model, I think, requires for you to grow your audience.
Image.
Your image as well. But with social media, because even when companies are going to approach you to, let's say, be brand ambassador, you need numbers on social media. You always need numbers. So I feel like social media is something that's very, very important. Even now, when you look at, because models are also influencers. When you look at influencers who are currently trending in the country, why are they trending? It's because they have high numbers. The ones that are getting the big deals, the big contracts to influence for, let's say, Yango, it's because they have the numbers. So numbers are very important. So you do need. So you need to take it seriously. It's part of it. It's not the only thing, but it's definitely part of it.
Okay. There's models that do like editorial work and stuff. Does a model have to be niched down to just one type of, like, maybe you do events, say you were a content creator and you do events and all of that stuff, or a model does everything. Like, would you be a hand model? Would you be like footwear and all of that? Is that everything encompassed, or you kind of have to niche down to one specific?
I think it's up to the model one. You can choose for yourself, but then sometimes also it's about what you're good at. Because even with modeling, like, there are different types of modeling. You may be good at one aspect of it, but you may not be good at the other. Let's say you have a very pretty face and you're very photogenic. You could be good for like commercial, but you may not necessarily be good on the runway because your walk is not so great. So sometimes it's also, your talents and your abilities also come into play. There are those people, models who are able to do everything. Then there are some who kind of have to.
Miss Phresh?
Oh my gosh. Okay, I am good at quite a number of things, so yeah.
Admittedly.
Yeah.
Okay, speaking of the runway, you were Miss, that we can't have this without mentioning it. You were Miss World, yes? Miss
Top Model
Zambia.
Yes.
Top 5 Miss.
Yeah, I went to the grand finale in Egypt for the world competition.
Amazing.
And I was in top 5.
Top 5.
Yeah.
Just let's talk about that experience. I want to talk about the world experience as well, but Miss Zambia is the recent one, right?
Yes.
Yes, top model. What's that journey like? Walk us through it. I don't usually watch pageants, so I wouldn't really know.
Why don't you watch pageants? Why don't you? Because we need your support.
Yeah.
We need your support.
I'm starting to get into it. Before it wasn't necessarily I like fashion. I'll watch like runways and stuff, but I want like a pageant. I've never really just understood it. And I think this is where maybe we're doing this because it's an interesting thing. Like, people want to be models.
Yeah.
So walk me through that. How do you go about that? What's base one? So there's a casting call.
Yes, the national director for Top Model Zambia is actually based in the UK. So she's not always able to hold physical pageants in the country, but she tends to have online auditions. So you have to submit videos of yourself walking. You have to undergo interview process because.
How good do you have to be to look good on video? Because
you have to.
I feel like in person.
In person looks better. Yes, in person looks different. It looks better, but
if you're good, you're good.
I suppose.
Yeah.
But so you have to undergo interviews because, models have to possess intellect as well. You're representing the country, so you have to be able to have the beauty and the brains. So that's another thing that they look for. So it's like a casting call but online. So you have to go through so many stages of interviews, auditions, and then from there selection is
How many rounds are there?
For me, I didn't have too many rounds. I think it's if they're not convinced, then they'll ask you to send something else. But initially, you're just supposed to send a 1-minute video of yourself speaking, why you feel you deserve to represent the country, and then another video of just a clip of you walking to show off your catwalk. And then from there, they'll narrow it down. Then if they need to do any more interviews, but sometimes they're convinced, like once they just see some girls, they're just like, okay, this might be her.
Okay. Yeah. So what does that mean when you are top model of Zambia?
It's like Miss Zambia, but for like high fashion / runway. So there's a difference with beauty pageants and high fashion. Runway beauty pageants are more about like elegance and beauty. But you know, when you're a high fashion model, it's more like Tyra Banks, Naomi Campbell. So the categories are different. So it's like the Miss, yeah. So it's like the Miss Zambia of high fashion.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, you are insanely fashion, but does that play a role into that?
I mean, it's supposed to. You definitely need to either have a stylist or you have to have some sense of style in you because.
So you dress yourself.
I dress myself. Yeah, most times you do, yes.
Okay.
Unless you are blessed enough to have designers come on board as sponsors, then they can, you can tell them. Yeah, you can tell them, what vision you have for your outfits, and then they can help you put them together. But otherwise, you definitely have to come up with your own wardrobe.
Wow.
Yeah, because when you do travel for the competitions, you're away for, it depends on which competition, sometimes 2 weeks, sometimes a month. So every day you have to look good,
Why does it always, so this is something I've always wondered about model life. Why does it always seem like there is a contest? Like there's some pageant happening or something like that?
Where like in Zambia or just
No,
in
just general modeling.
Because there are multiple competitions. It's the same way like saying why is there always a concert for musicians? You get what I mean?
But but like a concert, right, is you like music, vibe, celebration. So is that what that is in the model world? Like the pageants are like a time for celebration and stuff?
Not necessarily. I mean, yes and no. Each pageant has its own goals and objectives. Okay. So we can't tell people don't go pageants.
No, definitely.
Yeah.
No. Just
so like,
understand.
yeah, like it's just one of those things. You could want a pageant maybe to advocate for, let's say, literacy, or you want to fight against gender-based violence. So you're going to come up with a pageant that's centered on that.
So what do we do in the pageant? Because from the outside looking in, we just see pretty girls on the runway. They model out, swimsuits, nice outfits. How does that play into the advocacy?
I think, I'm glad you asked that question. Majority of people will only see the final product, but you guys most times don't understand that the process actually takes months of planning, months of these girls having appearances. They have to introduce projects. Maybe if, let's say we're doing Miss Zambia. Miss Zambia, you would have to present a project. What's your niche, or what would you like to advocate for if you happen to be the queen? They're given tasks throughout, they're given assignments, they have to visit orphanages. Like there's a lot that happens behind the scenes.
Okay.
Yes. And that's why you find that some people turn these competitions into, let's say, TV shows so that they can show people exactly what happens behind the selection. Because sometimes you even find that on stage, and that's why there are times when people who you see being so good on stage still don't win. Because maybe they did not do the work that they were supposed to do beforehand. Because modeling takes more than just you having a pretty walk and nice outfits and you dazzling the crowd. It takes more than that. So there's a lot that happens. You find that even pre-judging takes place. You have judges who really sit down to ask you the very serious questions. Kind of like how you're asking me questions now. Judges do that.
Okay, I love that. I'm definitely educated me more. Because my follow-up question was going to be, does that matter in the competition itself, or is it just for the company that's hosting the pageant? Like, but then like you say, it adds up. So that makes a lot of sense, because sometimes you watch a show and you're like, but that one was not the prettiest.
Exactly.
And then
but then you see that maybe they had a gentle heart, they're able to interact with different types of people, they took them to orphanages.
Depending on the objective of
exactly.
So you guys are like brand ambassadors.
We are.
Okay.
And that's what most people don't understand. So it's because most people just see the final product, and that's why they say, why is modeling even important?
No, it's good. And now we're having this conversation, and I know there's someone out there like me finding out that this is what it is.
Exactly.
Wow.
Exactly. So there's more to it.
Newfound respect. I don't say that. That's a newfound respect for the art. I mean, obviously I love fashion, so that's why I watch. But now I know the deeper meaning to it. So that's really beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay. So what are some of the things maybe you can nibble into in your business? We want to get into your business. We're minding your business.
Which business?
No, the agency. What are your plans with your agency?
I want my agency to be one of the biggest, if not the biggest in the country. I want to train models who have standards and values, and then models who are professional. Because I'm very professional.
Where did you train?
I trained myself.
Wow, you love a soft-touch. True artist.
Thank you. That's why I say sometimes I feel like I was born to do this because it's just been with me for so long and some things just came naturally. Even when I felt like I didn't have the best experience, people would still be like, oh my goodness, you're so good, you're so this, you're so that. And I'm like, really? I wish you knew how nervous I am right now.
I'm
But
eating myself, but
yeah.
okay.
But it's not easy for everyone to be self-taught, you know. Someone needs to be there. Like, I thank God that I've been able to manage myself pretty much my entire career. But not everyone can do that. So what I want is to be able to pave the way for those who are going to come after me so that I can accord them opportunities that I didn't have or that did not come so easy to me. Yeah.
Come on with a heart. I see that. Speaking of careers, how long has been your career? In case people are just like, who's this girl? You know what I mean? How long have you been doing this?
Like I said, I can't pinpoint because I started when I was young.
Which is
when I was
professionally
young,
though.
Professionally. But what do you call professionally?
You were paid for the job.
When did I start getting paid? Honestly, I can't even remember, yeah?
Okay.
Because sometimes in the model, and that's why I'm saying I started an agency so that I can change the narrative, because there are times when you're supposed to get paid for a job but you don't get paid. Sometimes even with these beauty pageants, you find that contestants take part. When they win, they're not even given their prizes.
No.
It happens a lot.
All that just for publicity?
Yes, it happens a lot. A lot more than you would think.
Like a big company could host.
Even big companies to this day. Even
don't you have lawyers for that though, like advocacy of some sort?
No. Maybe if you have the money to take the people, the organizers,
yeah, definitely not on your own.
But majority of them don't even have the money. Even if you take them to court, they still won't end up paying you. You know, it almost seems like it's a waste of time in money because you need money, big money to hire lawyers.
Yeah, definitely.
And most people know that that's why they take advantage. So,
what did you guys have like more and more as I speak to more and more people in the creative industry? I'm getting trade union vibes. Like we need unions. I don't know a way of not saying union because union sounds very factory worker. But like
I understand, but we need
some
them.
sort.
We need them. We need councils or something.
Yeah, because obviously on your own. I mean, I'm a girl. I'm an aspiring girl or boy. I'm an aspiring model.
Yeah.
I'm not going to take up Pepsi if they don't pay me. Obviously, like they have lawyers on call.
Exactly.
And I have to figure. Maybe I've never even entered a courtroom. Come on, you need some form of advocacy, some form of union.
Very true.
That's really
but you know, in Zambia, we are still even trying to convince people why modeling is important. Because still, you know, it's only now that at least people are even open to the idea. Before it was even like, you want to be a model.
Yeah.
And then
that's
all those bad comments and
you guys
whatnot.
who have been doing this for a while. I know some models. You know, back in the day, we had. I think one of the first models I knew was Lukundo. She did, I think, Face of Africa.
Okay.
Yeah, like those. And then it was quiet for a little while, and then you hear some, but you don't really see models.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's tricky. It's quite tricky, but it's a challenge, and that's why, you know, when we're more consistent and we show people why models are important, then at least the narrative begins to change. So at least we're getting there. It's definitely better now than it was back then.
Yeah. Wow, I'm really sad about that. Like, what? I didn't know that. Because that happens a lot with dancers.
It happens to everyone, I feel like.
In the creative space.
Yeah.
Mostly.
Yeah.
And that's a real problem.
It's a very big problem.
But why don't we have unions?
I don't know, because in the long run I hope to start a union somehow. Listen, I just pray for a time when I'm just going to be able to talk to a president, a sitting president of this country, because then I need to explain to them properly why modeling is important. And I'll tell them, you know, so many young girls, even young boys, are interested in modeling, and a lot of them get taken advantage of because they don't have bodies to protect them. Sometimes you find they're so hungry to be models, and photographers will tell them, no, you have to sleep with you to get pictures.
I was just about to get into that.
And some of these
sexual assault is a real thing in the modeling industry.
No, and not just even in the modeling industry, just entertainment industry, period. For creators, even actresses. I know a lot of actresses who complain. For some people to get roles on TV, they have to do the unthinkable, and that should not be the case.
It really should not.
It really should not be the case. So even with models, you find that, you know, someone is so passionate and they really want to do this, and you know, photography and photo shoots, that's part of your portfolio. So you're just like, I really need pictures, but I don't have the money, because 500 kwacha may not be so much to someone who works. You have the money, so for you can just pay 500 kwacha and go for a photo shoot. But for a young schoolgirl who doesn't have that 500 kwacha, what would they do?
Yeah.
They end up succumbing to the pressure. you know. So they need to be protected, and they need
I hope we see
government's
that.
attention.
Can we hope to see that with your agency?
Yeah,
Some form of
definitely.
trade unions.
Definitely.
I would love to see also, maybe I'm reaching, but I feel like a way of doing this, obviously business is competitive, but I feel like even cross agencies, there should be some form of unions where like, okay, we are in the same niche, we are as modeling agencies, there should be some form of protection that we provide.
Exactly.
I don't think it's right. Like even you on your own, I can already see it's an uphill battle really. It's a big journey to take on your own. You're just like, okay, money is a big factor.
It is.
And you know, you obviously want to have these people paid and all of that stuff. So I really hope we see that.
Fingers crossed. I'm hoping for that. Because what we need is the support of government. That's why you see pageants like in South Africa, they're so massive because the government is involved.
Okay.
They are huge.
I think helping them understand, like you've helped me understand right now, what it can do for the government.
Exactly.
Because if you come to me with, obviously it has to be a give and take.
Definitely.
You don't want just a situation. You can't pitch like, oh, people need protection. Yeah, everybody needs protection. It's like, what are you bringing to the table?
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
Because a lot of things can be achieved. I mean, investors fly in for pageants. A lot of
they do. Big companies sponsor.
Big companies
it's
sponsor.
huge.
I hope to see that. I hope to see more.
You and me both.
Yes. Okay, damn. So I won't even ask about the critique because now that's the critique of the industry.
Yeah.
But, okay. So what is Phresh working on now? Can we dive into some of that?
Oh, currently I'm having a model masterclass actually on Saturday, so that's my big project at the moment. That's what
okay.
I'm
But like by the time
on.
they see this, when is Saturday?
Oh, Saturday. When are they seeing this?
When they see it.
When they see it. Okay. What else am I working? I'm working on a lot of things. Definitely my agency. I need to improve, figure out how we're going to execute the rest of this year. You know, I do plan on having a fashion show in December, so that's something that I'm working on as well. And then I have a few other projects that I can't talk about just yet.
No problem. We're just happy. You sound busy and booked. That's what we love to
Books
hear.
and busy is what we like.
That's what we love to hear.
Yes.
Okay, nice. Give us a. I just wanted something. We've talked a lot about some serious things. Give me something light. Who is Precious away from working? I know it's your bread and butter. It's your passion. But like, what else? Who are you away from that?
I can't even separate myself from it because majority of that is what I am. It's what makes me happy. You know, it's my happy place. But then, you know, I also love movies. I don't know if you want me to talk about other things that I love. I enjoy watching movies. That's my other escape. Like if I need to just rejuvenate, I would dive into a movie because most times I feel like I become one of the characters in the movie.
I hate that.
I'm that person.
The voice remains in my head. The accent, the mannerisms.
Exactly.
Okay.
Even like reading the book, like I have a vivid imagination. So if I'm reading a novel or whatever the case, like I'll be so engulfed in the book, like I'll just feel like I'm part of it. So those are my little escapes.
Okay, nice. We love that. Like fashion. Can we look forward to like styling?
Hire me. Hire
In
me.
the camera, please. In the camera.
Hire me. But I want to start with this one here.
Oh,
she keeps talking about
wow,
it.
yes.
So everyone needs to hire me.
Really?
Like hire me.
We
I'm
have
ready to
amazing
dress you
pageants.
guys.
Like I look for it every time I see an event in Lusaka. I'm like, was Precious there?
Precious. Oh my God, the 2nd of July is right around the corner.
Yes. So no, you know what? I don't even want to add pressure on you, but the pressure is high. I just want you to know that the bar that you set for yourself.
You guys will
is
see
high.
me sitting at home watching with the rest of you. Don't
Judging
stress
your
me. Don't stress me.
No. We trust you. In French, we trust.
Ish. We appreciate the trust.
Well, okay. What is practice and training and just all of that? How do you get better as a model?
Just practicing, like you said.
But like, what is that? Like just walking?
Walking, yes. And it's important to record yourself as well, like when you're walking, because then you're able to pinpoint what you don't like about your walk, or you can ask people who have better walks and you're like, okay, this is me walking. Do you think there's anything I can do to improve? You know, because no one knows everything.
Yeah.
No one knows everything. Even for me, there are times when I ask, in as much as I would know my outfit looks on point, sometimes I still just send
extra validation.
Sometimes I send it to my friends or my sister. Like a lot of times if I have a big event, I won't move minus the approval of my sister, because my sister is one of my biggest critics. Like she would tell
Shout out to
you,
sisters.
yeah, she would tell you things as they are. So if something doesn't look good, you can trust her to tell you if you're close like that. Because there are times you don't want to, like you're not very close with someone, so you can't just come in and say, sis, those pants you're wearing.
Is that shade towards the
No, I'm just giving you an example. I like your outfit. It's like chilled. It's
Yeah.
chilled, but I'm just giving you an example. So that's how my sister is. So even for Lusaka July, I knew exactly what I wanted, but I still had to run it through the team. I was going to say two sisters. I only have one sister, but I have a friend who I call sister as well.
Yeah.
So those two are always in the forefront. When I feel like I have questions, I'm like, okay, this is what I want to do. What do you think? And if they
People
both
should
say
find-
yes,
So find people in your life
Yes.
that are like pointers.
Yes.
That give you honest truth,
Yes.
but in love.
exactly.
Because you don't want critique that's not
Very
out of
true.
love.
Very
You
true.
want growth.
Yes. Yes.
Nice.
So just, practicing definitely, and you have to watch other people who are good, who are in your field, so that you can learn from them, see what it is that they do, how they improve their craft and all that.
Are you mentoring some people right now?
I mean, I have an agency, so definitely.
Oh, okay. I mean, you're CEO. I assume there's people that you're working with as well.
I work alone.
That sounds like a lot.
It's a lot, but I like to be hands-on. It's most times sometimes I say I need an assistant, but people even say, what you even if you say you need an assistant, they're still going to end up doing everything yourself
No, but you
anyway.
need an assistant.
I do need an assistant, but then I just feel like sometimes people don't do things the way you want them
It's
to.
okay.
They'll learn. Sometimes
We can't have you breaking. You have great vision for us. We
Mm-hmm.
want to see it through.
No, for
And
now
have
I'm
you
managing. For
working.
now I'm managing.
Yeah.
For now I'm managing. But whenever, especially when I'm having, let's say, a fashion show, I always make sure I have an assistant to at least do certain things for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for taking the time.
You're
This was fun. You're such a
welcome.
vibe. We love it. Looking forward to everything that you are bringing towards us. Fashion show, can't wait. I'll have like a front row seat.
You just have to. You just
Yeah.
have to.
Amazing. Okay, so Precious, tell people where can the people find you?
They can find
What are your
me
handles?
on literally every single social media platform.
You're on Telegram.
Why must you be this person? Why must you be this person?
No, because you can't say that. You can't say all of them.
Okay, fine,
Mhm.
fine.
Instagram?
For Instagram, they can follow me. Just search for Precious Ngoma, NG'_OMA, or Pardon.
I'm agree.
But the handle is Pardon Mine, and then an underscore, and then Phresh. And then the Phresh has a special spelling, so PHRESH. And then on Facebook, my page is Precious with a full stop.
Precious.
Just Precious.
Period. Okay, and
Yeah.
that's how we're gonna sign out because I can't beat that energy. Until next time, guys. Thank you for watching.
Thank
Bye.
you.